I know you to say, you and your friends, who gossip every day. But I will every day, sometimes I take it, so I eternal to be positive. Come to my house, what you need, and you drink. Go to my neighbor, you got to for me. What did they say, and they cannot need to do? And like be everything, every day that I would do. So, no dispatch, the better we can think about it. Not keep class, nobody can believe it. Go, every day, don't want me to go. Get on the floor, tell them what we do. Everything is something that we produce. Cheer all day, make sure don't go to jail. But let the money spend, let them do their play. I'm not every one chicken say, Oko, it's all classic. Let me know if you say my body. You are chill, shaka to pop your passenger. Sunday, police. What's the only difference? What chicken say? Oko, it's so classic. What's so different? What chicken say? Oko, it's so fussy.
It's musical. There are crowds in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. Tell it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a you must talk it, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's stop it. Crowns for all of us. Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper. Stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's stop it. Crowns for all of us.
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Flu Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Easy, when you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Come on, some current plenty pop. Put in to each chicken. Be that living sense in her.
Chicken say, Bogoni Oko, it's a gossip.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of the program from the Print News. Today is May 6th and the year is 2025. My name is Wendell Nimne, and I'm here this morning with Aliyu Masale there in the United States. Together, Aliyu and I will run you up to later on this afternoon, bringing to you trending stories, major headlines from around the country. So again, I'm Wendell Nimne, and I'd like to bring in my USA partner, Aliyu Masale. Aliyu, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Nimle, and good morning, Mama Labira. This is Aliyu Masale from Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Glad to be here this morning.
Thank you very much for being a part of the Tuesday edition of the show. And we have 2 local dailies, but just before we can introduce to the platform, we just want to recognize some very important people following this live broadcast on my personal page. K. Gatti passed away is following. It says, good morning, Wendell, watching from the that's from Canada. And also following is Ricky August Celebrity Flan is following, and Theophilus Robinson. Those are the viewers we have for now. So we want to wish the former Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Samuel D. Twer Jr., a happy birthday. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Though this birthday is not a good one, but we just want to give God the glory, because on Saturday, the former Chief of Office Staff in the office of the former Minister of Finance passed away, Mr. Cletus Twer Noah. And it's sad, with heavy heart, we are here while our brother is lying there in the mortuary. But we just can question God's ability, because he's the life giver and the life taker. But we all would miss Cletus Noah. He was very impactful, a very humble person. And so all of us who had that personal interaction with him, is a great loss for all of us. But folks, we are here. We are here, like I said, with heavy heart So let's begin now with the readings. We okay. Let's begin now with the reading. Let's begin with the front page Africa newspaper, and the story says, yeah, these are top stories. It says charting a prosperous future. Barbados president and delegation to visit Liberia aim to strengthen cultural and economic ties. And let's get to some legal issues. Taking the law to the people, Liberia School of Law launches Rule of Law Center. And then lastly, this is energy story from waste to energy. Green God Eco Solutions breaks ground for Liberia's first waste to energy facility in Crusoeville. And those are the top stories. Let's bring you the big stories on the front page of the front page Africa newspaper. Shipment of Guinean oil by Liberian rail shows bad faith, lack of sincerity. An examination of the impasse shows that HPX may not be fully committed to its announced $5 billion Liberty corridors. According to email exchanges in the possession of Front Page Africa, Liberian government officials accuse HPX of bad faith and inability to raise monies for feasibility studies and outright rudeness to President Joseph Numa Bwaka. Very interesting stories. Let's make way. Good morning to you, Obed Jiba of Kia FM. He's the general manager there. Want to say good morning to you, Obed Jiba. He's following this live podcast. So let's get to the story. It says here, Liberia's economic advisor Molly Kamara has issued a sharp rebuke to Browning Barnes, president and CEO of Invano Atlantic Incorporated, accusing her of disrespecting President Joseph Nyima Bwaka in a contentious letter regarding the government's decision to maintain Salamita Liberia as the operator of the Yekepa Buchanan Raid Corridor. That's Railway Corridor. In a letter obtained by Front Page Africa, Camara described Barnes' communication dated May 3, 2025 as a highly disrespectful, alleging it was intended to ridicule the president and bully the Inter-Ministerial Concessions Committee, IMCC. I refer to your letter dated May 3, 2025, addressed to the President of the Republic of Liberia in response to the letter from the chairman of the IMCC communicating the outcomes of the IMCC. I have highlighted a phrase in my opening to bring to your attention that your letter is highly disrespectful of the office and the individual currently occupying that office. My president, His Excellency Joseph Nyima Bwaka Sr., you would never dare write your prime minister or Donald Trump such a letter. Kamara's response followed Barnes' letter to President Bwaka, where she criticized the IMCC's decision, claiming it reversed commitments for an independent and multi-user rate regime. Mr. President, I am compelled to express my dismay that the IMCC has failed to act in alignment with your clear policy direction as set in your executive order and has, in effect, disregarded your stated commitment to transparency, neutrality, and multi-user access in the rail sector, she said. Barnes said the decision contradicted commitments made by you and your repeated verbal assurances to us over the past year. She urged President Bwaka to issue a written directive reversing the IMCC's decision. warning that delays could damage investor confidence and Liberia's reputation. Camara countered, accusing Bonds of attempting to publicly ridicule the president and pressure the IMCC. He questioned Avenue's transparency and commitment to the Liberty Corridor project, citing inconsistencies and reluctance to provide financial studies and including real capacity assessments. In February 2024, you and Mr. Robert Freeland announced a $5 billion investment to establish the Liberty Corridor. Over time, you have gradually withdrawn from that position and opted to utilize the existing rails developed by your competitor. Kamara noted, regrettably, this is a sovereign nation, and we would not tolerate your attempts to bully our country, our president, or any of the institutions under his authority. Kamara also raised concerns about Avenue's ability to deliver on promised economic impacts, including a claimed 3.15 billion benefit, for which he said the government has seen no supporting data. He questions Guinea's commitment to shipping ore through Liberia, a crucial aspect of the Liberty Corridor's viability. The IMCC recently affirmed AML's operational control over the railway, citing legal and logistical considerations. This decision has faced resistance from Avino, a subsidiary of High Power Exploration, HPX, owned by Robert Freeland. Avino had promised the $5 billion Liberty Corridor project to enhance regional transportation and mining logistics. Kamara criticized Avino's shift from building new infrastructure to seeking access to AML's existing rails and accused the company of lacking transparency regarding its claim 3.15 billion economic impact. Your company has not been transparent to the government and the IMCC, he wrote, noting unanswered requests for supporting documentation. He also questioned the viability of Avino's plan to ship Guinean oil through Liberia, asking, can the Guinean government guarantee that Avino would ship oil through Liberia and at what volume? Kamara highlighted Avino's objection to AML's post 2030 control, questioning the basis for this objection and the company's reluctance to fund real capacity studies. I personally believe that such a request should be met with skepticism, if not an emphatic no, he stated. Kamara defended AML, citing its resilience through economic shocks and its ongoing efforts to increase exports. He noted AML's existing user operator rights until 2030 and its agreement to allow Avino access under a multi-user framework. He emphasized the government's commitment to establishing the National Railway Authority, NRA, to ensure fair and transparent rail access. Kamara concluded by urging banks to engage collaboratively with the IMCC rather than attempting to pressure President Bouaka. Our president holds a firm belief in the efficacy of government's institutions, he said. The government, through IMCC Secretary Jeff Blibble, reiterated that AML's continued operation is legally sound and economically prudent, citing AML's legal standing, infrastructural investments, and commitment to multi-users assets, and the upcoming regulatory oversight of the National Railway Authority. The escalating tensions underscores the high stakes in Liberia mining and infrastructure sectors, where significant financial and sovereign interests are at stake. Well, folks, that does it for that story on the front page of the Front Page Africa newspaper. And let's bring you the caption once again. Shipment of Guinea ore by Liberian rail shows bad faith, lack of sincerity, and examination of the impasse shows that the HPX may not be fully committed to its announced $5 billion Liberty corridors. According to email exchanges in possession of Front Page Africa, Liberian government officials accuse HPX of bad faith, inability to raise monies for feasibility studies, and outright rudeness to the president, Joseph Nyima Bwaka. And folks, let's get to another story here. It says here, this is okay. I think that's the same story. The only story there on the front page of the Front Page Africa newspaper. But its caption reads, Liberia's economic advisor slams Avino CEO for disrespectful letter to President Bwaka over railroad dispute. Let's take some stories from in the Front Page Africa newspaper. We got some stories, some unread ones. So let's take this other story. It says here, from waste to energy. From waste to energy. Green Guard Eco Solutions breaks ground for Liberia's first waste to energy facility in Crusoeville. Green Guard Eco Solutions officially launched the country's first resource recovery carbon capture waste to energy project in the Crusoeville Township, Montserrat County. The event brought together high-level dignitaries, including City Mayor of Monrovia, John Siafan, Painesville City Mayor Robert Bestman, and the Superintendent of Montserrat County, who joined community members and stakeholders to witness the start of the project poised to redefine waste management and clean energy production in Liberia. Representing the office of the Vice President, Prince Menkalo Bue, Chief of Staff, delivered the keynote address on behalf of Vice President Honorable Jeremiah Kwankun, who is currently attending to national duties abroad. This project symbolizes a new chapter in our collective responsibility toward sustainable development. We said it is a major stride toward cleaner cities, economic resilience, and climate responsibility. Green Guard Eco Solutions, the driving force behind the project, stated that the initiative is designed to tackle one of Liberia's most critical environmental issues, municipal waste, while simultaneously generating clean, renewable energy and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. This facility is more than a technological milestone, said Edward Kaifa of Green Guard Eco Solutions. It is a promise that Liberia can lead the region in climate resilient infrastructure and smart waste innovation. We are proud to pioneer a project that turns environmental liability into lasting social economic value. Using advanced aerobac dejection and carbon capture technologies, the plant will convert solid waste into usable energy, significantly cutting landfill volumes and methane emissions. The system will also incorporate gas capture balloons to mitigate CO2 output, aligning the project with global net zero goals. Green Guard emphasized the multi-dimensional impact of the project, including clean energy generation. Waste will be converted into electricity, supporting energy access for underserved communities. Carbon emissions reduction. The facility will curb, maintain, and CO2 emissions through innovative capture technologies. Job creation and skills development. Operations will generate inclusive, sustainable employment and technical training. Public health benefits. The initiative will reduce open dumping and burning, leading to improved air quality and reduced toxic exposure. Environmental stewardship, restoration of this degraded land, and protection of water systems through sustainable waste management. The project also supports several UN Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, including SDG 6, clean water, SDG 7, affordable energy, SDG 11, sustainable cities, SDG 12, responsible consumption, and SDG 13, climate action. Prince Wu, on behalf of the Vice President and the National Energy Committee, called for stronger public private partnerships, urgent collaboration from the Ministry of Mines and Energy, Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, Liberia Electricity Corporation, and others. Together, we can shift the narrative from waste as a burden to waste as a resource, he said. As Liberia moves forward in its climate and energy goals, this groundbreaking project stands as a model for what can be achieved through vision, innovation, and committed partnership. Well, folks, that does it for the front page Africa newspaper. And let's see whether we can move. Okay, I think that would do for the front page Africa newspaper. Let's follow more developments here this morning on the program. And we now move to the Daily Observer newspaper. And it says, end to load shedding imminent. Acting MD outline strategy for sustainable power supply and expanded access. And it says, yeah, my vision is to see every household, every business in Liberia, not just connected to electricity, but enjoying quality uninterrupted power supply within 5 years, says Mohammed M. Sharif, the acting managing director of the Liberia Electricity Corporation. All right. I think this is a positive news for Liberia, but let's see what it's all about. Let's get to the story. Let's get to it. This is about Liberia, and we told you any good thing that happened for Liberia, it happened for all of us. So let's see what the acting managing director has in store for, sustainable or constant electricity. Mohammed M. Sharif, the acting managing director of the Liberia Electricity Corporation, LEC, has assured the public that the days of prolonged power outages are coming to an end. Sharif said he has taken immediate steps to reduce load shedding and outline an ambitious 5-year vision for sustainable electricity supply aligned with President Joseph Numa Bwaka's development agenda. He made these remarks in OKFM Morning Show on Monday. In their respective contributions to recent improvements in service delivery. I can tell you, LEC is on a new path. He said, we are realigning with the national arrest agenda. President Bwaka entrusted me with this responsibility, and I am here to deliver results. I want to thank him, Energy Minister Wilmot Pay, our board of directors, and especially the hard-working team at LEC. What I call the cream de la cream, about 95 to 96% of our workforce are Liberians, and they are committed and ready to work. Sharif joined LEC following a nearly 12-year stint as the founding general manager of Transco CLSG, Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea. In that role, he oversaw a 550 million energy infrastructure project to install a 1,303 kilometer backbone spanning the four member states of the Mana River Union. Firefighting, Sheriff did not inherit a functional system. Just last February, this paper reported a power shortage crisis that saw Liberia retain just 15% of its power imports from Cote d'Ivoire. The supplier, campaigning Vorian, the electricity slash Liberia's power supply from 50 to just 7.5 megawatts due to critical maintenance and production challenges in the neighboring country. Besides drawing public outcry in the face of rising fuel prices, the shortage also served to highlight the dismal state of Liberia's own domestic power generation capacity. Nearly all of our plants are in partial or complete disrepair. The Mount Coffee hydropower plant rehabilitation in 2018, with an installed capacity of 88 megawatts, was the flagship project of the then President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's second term. Due to the lack of maintenance in the intervening period, one unit is down and would take approximately 12 months to repair. As such, about 66 megawatts are available, only half of which can be generated. In the absence of fully rainy season flows, Sheriff said, the Bourgeois Island power plants, including the units installed with funding from the Japanese and Liberian governments, respectively, are also undergoing repairs. One back online, these could contribute an additional 15.5 megawatts. It is then no surprise that Sharif likened his first month in office to a firefight. When you see a house on fire, you don't sit and analyze what caused it. You put it out. That is what we did. We took immediate steps to reduce load shedding, he said. Since taking the helm of LEC in early April, he resolved to immediately tackle load shedding, which had become a major source of frustration for communities across Monrovia and its environs. When I took over, LEC was spending between 8 to 12 hours in load shedding. Communities were going without power for hours, while others had it for only a few, he recalled. But aging infrastructure was not the only problem. Vandalism, technical losses, and widespread electricity theft continued to plague the system. Sheriff also highlighted the impact of inefficient policy processes and institutional arrangements on the quality of power supply in the country. The sector has suffered years of underinvestment, and even when donor support is available, delays in decision making just a day or two can set you back months. This is why we have made alignment a core part of our leadership philosophy, he said. Sheriff stressed the urgent need for policy alignment, tariff reform, and smart metering systems. These are part of the medium to long term reforms we are pursuing. Without cost reflective tariff and efficient revenue collection, the system won't be financially viable, he explained. Imports and repairs continue. Sheriff laid out a multi-pronged strategy to stabilize Liberia's power supply. In the short term, his team focused on optimizing available generation capacity, repairing dormant infrastructure, and leveraging regional power connections. Liberia is heavily reliant on power imports from Cote d'Ivoire through the CLSG, Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea transmission line. We have been taking up to 45 to 50 megawatts from Cote d'Ivoire daily, Sheriff said. He also expects power from Guinea to come online immediately, intermittently. I'm sorry, that's online imminently. Adding, I just received the power purchase agreement from Guinea this morning. Once we sign it, hopefully this week, and Guinea will begin supplying 30 megawatts. According to Sharif, with Guinea supply added to the current mix, Liberia will have access to approximately 130 megawatts of electricity, enough to temporarily shut down the bourgeois thermal units and save fuel costs. This is our strategy, he explained. We will use regional supply to stabilize our domestic grid and focus on repairs. The public's role is sustainable, or the public is role, that's the public role in sustainability. Sharif acknowledged that public satisfaction with the recent improvements in electricity availability has been high. People are excited. The past 2 weeks have seen constant electricity in many areas, he said. However, he struck a note of caution. Let me be clear, he said. I don't want you to quote me saying there will be no load shedding. The energy sector is dynamic. Circumstances can change quickly. More importantly, power that is coming in, whether from Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea, or our own plants, is not free. It must be paid for. He used the moment to urge consumers to pay for electricity and to vow that violators will face consequences. If you are enjoying your electricity, running ACs and lights, yet bypassing the meter or not buying tokens, you are putting the entire system at risk. We will come to those communities. We will enforce payment. Sheriff also shared his long-term vision, which he said aligns fully with the President Bouacar arrest agenda. Well, folks, let's see whether we can take one more story. It's, from here. Barbados president visit Liberia this week, aims to strengthen cultural and economic ties. And LSL prioritizes legal literacy, set to launch Rule of Law Center. I will see Councilor Francis S. Copper, former Chief Justice and Chairman of the Board of Trustees of LSL, and retired Associate Justice Councilor Philip Z. Banks III, head of the Rule of Law Center. Aviation sector on the path of growth, ready to lead regional skies, and management says. All right, so what is on the back page? Let's see. Liberia launches Aviation Awareness Week. And we see all the top folks from the aviation unit are all photographed on the back page of the Daily Observer newspaper. So, folks, those are all the stories we got to share with you this morning. Let's recap those stories we brought to you, and then we'll take our break. When we come back, we will go and join. Okay, so when we come back from our break, we'll join Aliyu Masale. But let's recap the stories we read this morning before taking our break. We started this morning with the front page African newspaper, and these are stories we brought to you. Charting a prosperous future, Barbados president delegation to visit Liberia aimed to strengthen cultural and economic ties. And another story says, taking the law to the people, Liberia School of Law launches Rule of Law Center. And this story says, from waste to energy, Green Guard Eco Solutions breaks ground for Liberia's first waste to energy facility in Cruiserville. And shipment of Guinean oil by Liberian rail shows bad faith. lack of sincerity and examination of the impasse shows that HPX may not be fully committed to its announced 5 billion Liberty corridors. According to email exchanges in the possession of this paper, Liberian government officials accuse HPX of bad faith and inability to raise money for feasibility studies and outright rudeness to President Joseph Nyuma. Liberia's economic advisor slams Avino CEO for disrespectful letter to President Waka over railroad dispute. Highly disrespectful. And let's jump to the Daily Observer. These are stories we brought to you into load shedding imminent. Acting MD it says into load shedding imminent. Acting MD aligns strategy for sustainable power supply and expanded access. Barbados president visit Liberia this week, aims to strengthen cultural and economic ties. LSL prioritizes legal literacy, set to launch rule of law center. And lastly, for the front page, aviation sector on the path of growth. And to the back page, Liberia launches Aviation Awareness Week. Well, folks, those are all the stories we brought to you this morning. Let's take our break. When we come back, we'll join our partners and recognize some of you following this podcast. So let's go for our break and then we'll be right back.
Robbie, what you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
He said, when you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, so going deep and deeper. Put in thought to Ichiki. Bila living sense in her.
There are crowds in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands, call the right authority. Well, they can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. I'm a part of report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, Omen Samsaya.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe. bringing safety to your door. Crime Stop, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stop all Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stop, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us.
Many thanks to you for rejoining us. Let's recognize a few following this podcast. Then we'll come back and join Aliyu Masale. We have with us Cesar Brookle is watching from the US of A. Theophilus Robinson. Okay, we also have Barbara Rose Stanford is watching. Barbara Rose Stanford. Kaido is watching. Okay, Barbara says watching from my residence in Brooklyn, New York City. Thanks for the information to the motherland. And we also have Goodwill Patrick is following this live podcast. Okay, we also have following. Okay, we have following here. Okay. Paul Twitter is following. Paul Twitter is following from New York City. Rebecca K. Sion is also following. And we have Louis Quinn or Pomomanambo Nimne is watching from New York City. And also watching is my sister-in-law, Colo Sitton, is watching from Providence, Rhode Island. The wife of Mr. Edward Seaton is also following. So, folks, want to say thanks to all of you. Those of you watching us, you can drop your comments. But let's get to Aliyu Masale. Aliyu, you listen to all of the stories. Let's hear from you. Aliyu, are you there? Aliyu, are you there? Okay, Aliyu is not here with us, but I think Aliyu, you have to unmute yourself. We're not hearing you. Aliyu, I don't know. We're not hearing you. I think you have to go off and come back. Gus, are you there? Let's hear from you. Oh my gosh, I don't know, but you guys will have to go off and come back. I don't know what is happening to the system, but let's see whether you can go off and come back so we can see what this time around is going to be better. Julie K. Rambo is watching from the Netherlands. Welcome to the show, Julie. Thanks for following us. And folks, we want to get the side of our colleagues, and then we can interact with you, our followers. But this is the program from the Print News. Is brought to you by Crime Stoppers Liberia, Exodus Best Price Store, and Mayuba and Sons Incorporated. We're having some issues, but let's see whether we can sort it out in split seconds.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think you guys are better now. So let's.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Aliyu, you are okay. So you've
Okay,
been there and listening to the readings. I don't know when God came in, but I'm quite sure he got a gist of it. So let's hear from you first, Aliyu, then we go to Gus.
Okay, thank you there. Yeah, first of all, the LDC managing director, IT director, yes, he's doing well, but the problem here, he had to really lower his expectation because Liberia, we know now we're going to Guinea to start getting cover from Guinea.
Mm-hmm.
All of this thing is good, but we don't want tomorrow and he will be caught up in the middle where in Guinea will be giving us current, and at the end of the day we able to pay our bills. Because we know our government, when they come to power, more especially like this government, they only prioritize in buying cars, in luxury and things. These are things that we are like, they are prioritizing them, but no, they are not. Like when you listen to President Baka said the squander opportunity, this was some of the opportunity the squander. Because you see that hydro today, the money that they brought to fix that hydro rehabilitation, that money could have built Liberia a brand new hydro that could sell almost half of the country. but they squandered the opportunity. They ate all of that money. We did that work, and today, sometimes like now we are in rain season, or sometimes when we are in the dry season, as the water is coming to the intake, they had to close the gate, and when the water go to certain level, they open the gate to turn the turbine. At our age, Liberia, to see people celebrating because they get 2 weeks of stable electricity, that should be a shame for us. You see, I can remember as a child when we were coming up, we had stable electricity in Liberia at that time. Guinea they were nowhere. But because we fought senseless war, destroy all of these things, this is why they're all struggling today. And when our government come to power, they are not focusing on these things, but just to enrich themselves. You see, so the way he start, that's a good path. But when he continue, this is where the problem will come from. Because we know pretty soon we start hearing we get problem with Guinea. We get problem with Guinea because we will not be able to pay our bills. Instead of paying our bills, we are focusing on buying big cars every day, different corruption allegation in this government. So I pray that he really succeed and the government should be able to stand up, because this government, the good are contradicting themselves. They are very deceptive. They say one thing, they are doing another thing. Today we are celebrating 2 weeks of stable electricity. Now we are getting to the rainy season. It will be good, but let's see how next year dry season will be. So the way he started, he's doing well. And for me, I only pray for the government to stand, because these are some of the things. Stable electricity in the country is very important. You see, but sometimes you're driving, moreover, the street are dark. All of these things increase the criminal rate. And when it comes to the HPS and this, I'll say AVO or whatsoever, I don't really know the response that the team from the government. If the president was really aware of such response from government going to investors, and what signal we issue to other investors out there. So I'm still thinking, or the person who sent a letter to those investors, if they discuss it with the president, if he was in the know, because for me as CA, that's not something good. They did it. It was so prompt. I think they were to sit and ready think before sending out such a response. Because when other investors see it, it looks somehow scary. You see, but we watch and see, because they see people today with Samuel's 12 being sanctioned, and those were some of the stories we're hearing on. They see fight of using this one railway. So we pray that this government should do the needful thing so that they can be caught up in the middle. Yes, so I start so far because I'm driving to a bad network zone. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So let's go to Gus, and these guys are setting the pace for our talking points this morning. So Gus, you've been there. What is your take on the stories we read this morning?
Yeah, I listened to all of them. First of all, I want to commend the managing director for LEC. Um, I will never ask a Liberian to temper their expectation. We're over 200 years old, or almost 200 years old. Um, we have to be aspiring for more. We have to be. Here's what I like about the story. I listened to the story. I was, in the morning, I run and then take a shower, get ready. But I was listening to the stories, and everything I've heard from the gentleman tells me that he's knowledgeable, or he's seeking help, or he's asking for everything that is needed to move our sector. I'll be honest with you. What I'm impressed with so far of Joseph Yuma Boaka's government is some of these young men have listened enough to put some work in. They're
Hmm.
putting work in. I'll be honest. Some of these young people are putting work in. And if they continue to put work in, even if the government do not support their work, we, the rest of the citizens, can see what it takes to move our country forward. Because we have to move our country forward by force or by any means. And I mean, kudos to a lot of these young men. I mean, like this guy, I'm listening to him talking about the switching of power distribution, because these are things anybody that know electricity or know anything about technology, this is what you have to do. If you don't do these things, we cannot get anywhere. For instance, every day we don't know where this power going, that power going. You don't know where the power going because you have not put a mechanism in place to be able to properly distribute power to other places. And I think from everything I've read, this young man is trying to put in things. You know, don't forget, we had a guy called Manin Katan
Mm,
that was like the only man that knew electricity in Liberia. From Ellingtown to Weir Town, we stay with the same man, just getting rich, just getting rich off of Liberian people. I mean, I'm not saying this young man is not going to get rich either, but from what I see, from what I hear, and from what he's doing, and again, when you read the paper, if you have any sense, you read between the lines. This is why I tell people we like the sensation because that's how we were taught in Liberia. We just read a story, but look at the little stuff in the story is what built up the story. And when you read it, I believe this young man is on the right path, and I hope government supports him, and I hope the communities. For us to enjoy power, we ourselves have to play our part, our role. Pay your electricity fee just like you do your cell phone, your phone. You know, you don't get your minutes. You can't call Gus. You can't inbox Gus. You can't go on social media. If you do all of those things, and these people are putting in the right mechanism or structure in place to move this sector forward, the bureau can only do better with stable and available electricity. I see what Mo is doing. Even LR, our water and sewas. They're working. It's not perfect, but they are doing something. We sat on this radio. We complain about the managing directors from those places. Nobody could hear our voice because, again, most of these people did not care to better the system from what they meant it. So, from what I'm seeing and hearing from the reading, I think Liberians should be happy that a young man like this guy really wants to change it, and we should support him. We should not tear him down. We should support him no matter what political party you come from, because when power is stable, we're able to work. Again, one of the things I've said is for many of time, until Liberia get away from only one shift, we're not going to develop. What I mean by one shift is we only work during the day. Everywhere around the world, there's three shifts. Okay, there's morning shift, afternoon shift, and night shift. But how can you work night shift if you don't have power? You see what I'm saying? So when we have power, factories will start working. When we have power, we can do so many things at night while people are sleeping. Because let's think about the roads. If you have power, you can work on the road network when there's not plenty car passing around during the day. When all the keke then not go to sleep, then we don't have to worry about police people telling you who can go downtown and who cannot go downtown. If you have power, you can do those things. That's what developed countries do. But just so happens some of our people then they come in this country and other countries around the world. They don't learn how these things work. They sit down in classroom and run back home and they say they're educated and know so and so. They don't. But this young man seemed to have known or learned something, and if he did not know, from all indication, he's trying to figure it out. And please, Liberian people, let's support this young man and see how he can help this sector. Because we've been behind one money Katan forever since Tatila time. Now you see how it's not working. Even with all the millions and billions of dollars we spent on it, it has not worked. Let's give this man a chance. Let's see where he goes. And the fact that he's open to us is something that we should share and be able to support. Thank you, my brother. Kudos. We're here to cheer you on, but we'll whoop you too if you start behaving unbecoming. So you know that Wendy will tell you that. Thank you,
thank you
brother.
very much, Gus Korma. And I like to take something from what Gus said. And those of you who are followers of our platform, this is something we have said over the time that when people do commendable things, we would definitely commend them. When people do things that they deserve condemnation, we'll also condemn them. So there are people within this government that we know they are doing everything to leave a legacy. And, vow of politics and all of that. Liberia is for all of us. So whatever good that comes to this country is for all of us to enjoy. Whatever bad thing that happened to this country, that all of us will suffer the bad. So when people are doing some great work, let's commend them. They deserve a pat on the back. Let's give it to them. There are a lot of guys that we see in this government who are making some positive move. And not because we did not support this government, so it means that when people do good things within this government, we wouldn't say it yet. No, this platform is not a political platform where we come and speak for a particular political party. No. So like the previous government, there were things that they did wrong that we condemn. And there were things that they did, we commended them. So it's the same, to in this government. When people do good, let's say it. When people do bad, let's say it. In God's closing, you heard God's that Sheriff at LAC, he start to do anything ugly, we come here and expose him. But what he is doing now, I think he deserves some pap. So we got to keep managing our expectation. Let's see what happens with the electricity sector. We all have our appliances. We want to enjoy the current. And the good thing about enjoying this current is that you have to buy your token. I mean, current rogues now, those of you who are stealing, those of you who are cheating on the government, every day you say the government is corrupt. But you don't pay your token to get current. You are on the right from the pole straight to your house. But you say the government is corrupt when you are also contributing to the corruption. So, folks, in a nutshell, we are trying to say that when people do commendable things, let us commend them. When they do condemnable things, we'll definitely condemn them. But there are some guys who are doing everything to leave a legacy. And let me also use this time to appreciate the Ministry of Public Works under the Minister Giddings. A lot of us don't see it, but Giddings is the face of this government. I want to say this. Giddings, he's doing some great job. He's doing some great job. I mean, you pass around, you see the level of work being done, the road patching, the road rehabilitation, the construction of roads. Government is continuity. I remember when President Weah took over this country, there were unfinished projects by the previous regime. And he came and he did a lot. He completed some of them, and he did not hide it. He said it. That we did not start this project. This project was started by the previous government we took over from. But government is continuity. The only thing about this Joseph Boaga government that some of us don't like, to appreciate the people you took over from, the good works they did, for you to say it, to mention
Your predecessor.
Yes, that's the word. Your predecessor. The good work he did, to appreciate him for the level of work and from where he stopped and from where you are taking it. So we want to just say a pop to you, Giddings at the Ministry of Public Works. Do not be deterred. I know there are too many corruption going on in the government that you work for, but you have your part to play. And play that tomorrow when you are off the stage, we'll always remember that, yeah, it was under Giddings' administration, we saw all of this happen. So, folks, this is our country. War of politics. The other day, I was opportune to meet the former First Lady. And we're in an open conversation. People were there standing. And she said something, which I really took. That, look, Liberians, what can we do for our country? Because if we want to politicize everything, or CDC, or Unity Party, or ALP, or ANC. Every little thing we want to politicize, then will not get our country to where we all want it to be. So the little we can do to help to make lives better, let's do it. And I took that. But folks, let's take your calls. But before we do, let's get to the comment section. It's important that we read our people comments because some of them are distance away from the country. So they use the live to make their imports. So let's get to the comments and read them. We'll come and take your calls. So let's begin with the comment section. Okay, so let's go there. Let's go there. Okay, this first comment is from K Gatti Passaway. She's always following from Canada. She says hi. And Henry Tito Jr. says, good morning. I'm watching you from my residence in Caldwell. Thanks for the show. Dinah Dennis says, thanks for the show. I am watching you from my residence in Manhattan, New York City. Thanks for the show. And Mana Sambola, this last name is not showing. Okay, it says, I'm watching you live from King George right now in Grand Kibma County. Kwaye Joshua says, good morning, guys. I'm watching you from GSA Road, Montserrat County, District number 6. And then Clarence Ogbechi, he says, Mr. Acting Director of the LEC, you need to relax yourself. Stop putting yourself in rush. Stop making promises like your boss man. Joseph Boaka, Liberia is not your what? Your mate. And continuation, we get to more comments. Okay, let's get to more comments. We are now on the comment section. So let's see our next comment here. Something is popping up. I don't know. But let's get to our next comment. And okay, I don't know. But let's see. Chris, okay. Okay, Chris, I think I need you. Need some assistance from you. So if you're out there, please. Okay, I think we can start from here. All right, Stanley Sharif says, good morning to the Peace for citizen of Bohe Town, Pokpa District, Grand Kibma County, Western Liberia. I'm Stanley Sharif from Broville residence. Thanks for the update. And we also have, okay, we also have Dwete says, good morning, Wendell. Good morning to you, Dwete. Mark Lords watching from Capitol Hill. And he says, good morning, Wendell. So far, so good. Those are all the followers we have. So we can take your calls. Those of you who are listening, you want to call in, you can call us on the 0776 104 104. The female line is 0770297016 and 086 500 104. The WhatsApp line is +231 86 500 104. +231 886 500 104. Let's take our first caller. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, man.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, when I get the border, Samu Rasta, I'm phoning from point 4 to be attacked in Zimbabwe.
Go ahead. Let's hear you. Have 1 minute.
Thank you. Let me say, thank you for the show. And what is on my mind this morning, when is about the issues of the government.
Okay, let's hear you.
Sometimes when you make promises, when you make promises to people, you should be able to fulfill your promise. You get me, Our government promised us based on the arrest agenda. That's how our people elected them. And our government told us that in the arrest agenda, they said A was for agriculture. But up to president, we have to see the president farm. We have to see the government farm. And our stable food is rice. Up to now, the cost of rice is just increasing on a daily basis, And the people
until the chicken can jump in the right, or do we need to be praising the chicken?
And we not, that wait until the dry season because we got the chicken, but shouldn't jump in the very hard. Things like that, we not see what to around, we see what can happen during the rainy season. Rainy season, we can talk on it. We think, oh yeah, everything's stable. But we enter the dry season again, our final story.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sabu Rasta. Let's keep the calls coming in. Let's take more calls. This person. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Your name and where you calling from?
Calling from.
Hello?
Yeah, thank you for.
Yes, go ahead. Let's hear your contribution. We are listening.
Yeah, the thing concerning about the superintendent from Palm County or Palm County, talking about the Burkina Beach.
No, that's not our talking points, all right? We're not talking about that one there. Yeah, so let's leave it right there. Let's take this person. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Welcome to the show. Why when you're calling the radio, your phone there, you're not being sensitive to all these feedback and things? Hello?
Yeah. I'm Gary, I'm Emmanuel Instrument, the parent person when you're picking a dream of this good 2 months out of country.
Go ahead.
Let me say thank you for the show. And let me agree with my comment who just left the line. We will get members and a manager from LEC during the rainy season. So, we only could gladly embrace you if we enter in the dry season. Rainy season, anytime I think quarantine was this stable here, we are done, quarantine was this stable. So, if we enter the dry season when everything is still normal, then we'll be able to give him the glory. But we shouldn't be doing it like this, man. You working so hard that if anything stable today is because of the rainy season, I will only congrats him if we enter in the dry season and the quarantine is still normal and everything is still okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So Mr. Mohammed Sharif, the guys are saying that they will only give you a pop when we are into the dry season because right now they can blow your horn too much. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. You are live on the radio. Please be attentive. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, Marama Kamara calling from the Pakokono community.
Marama Kamara, you have 1 minute.
Yeah, concerning our LEC, personally, I would like to commend him. But we all should know that LEC is something that instantly is stable whenever we are entering the rainy season.
Okay.
Yeah. When we are entering the rainy season, you will notice that all of the ground begin to get wet. So now they have taken in water that have been falling a few times. So I want to believe that work of the hard job, not what he has put into place. So I want to commend him for his work, and also I want us all to wait until the end of the middle part of draft season, this coming draft season, then we can continue the process.
Okay. Thank you, MK. I think you made a salient point. Thanks for your contribution. Let's talk to this person. Good afternoon.
Yeah, beginning with that, how are you doing, Baba?
Masisi Aurel, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you yesterday?
Yeah. You know, I lost my good friend Cletus, and I'm
yeah, I saw him yesterday on my page.
Yeah, so I'm just working. I'm working with a heavy heart, but let's go ahead.
Yeah, to say condolence to the family. Also sorry to you. Yeah, this is Marcis. I'm calling from Cloud Town. Today, you can see the general on the land. No, I would not appreciate any backup government here.
Okay.
Let me be clear with you.
Okay.
You understand?
All right.
We know government is the possibility. Government can, government go. The next government we are into today, they can't appreciate anybody or anything. But the past government left behind. So I will not appreciate what they doing good. They doing bad. I will not appreciate anything on the platform. Anyone will not appreciate it. Because when we put appreciate it, some of the two, what comes around goes around.
Yeah.
You understand? But if we not let no good, nothing they can appreciate because we are the all those like them, well, CNG, all the places that they did, then they said it yesterday, all what we have to. They said yesterday. They just came around free round, so they were not thinking about what I will win. I will not win the CNG. All the party, also they all put
Thank you, Masisi. Thank you very much. Let's talk to this person. Let's keep the calls coming in. Let's go back to the phone lines, and we have a few more minutes. J. Winston Nelson is watching. Henrietta and Cooper is following. Josephine Satagman is following. So keep the calls coming in. 0776 0886 500 happy birthday to our own Promise Babu celebrates her birthday today. And say happy birthday to you on behalf of the Print News crew. Let me take this person. Good afternoon.
Yeah, bro, I'm talking about we now.
Yeah, welcome to the show. I'm fine, thank you. Let's hear your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Vani Kiadi. 1 billion we are sent. Follower of Abraham Consin we are.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, bro, for your top down discussion. You see, bro, now let me tell you, the people there, they are very ungrateful.
Okay.
Because all the things that they said the person that they carry on and say that they didn't want to do it. And we see the development.
Hello?
Yeah, so we see the development of president we are carrying on. With the development of president we are carrying on, we see it. So they can't lie to all. So thank you. They can't lie to all.
Thank you very much. So says the caller, they can't lie to us because everything the former president did, we saw it, and so they would not come and lie to us. This person, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, how are you? Welcome to the show. My name is Wendell. I'm here with Gus and Aliyu. What's your name?
Going to say that from Jacob.
Go ahead. Let's hear you have 1 minute. Go ahead from Jacob Town.
Yeah, God, thank you. Even though EDC is still now, thank you for that. But the government, I will now praise the government because what? They can praise the past government.
Okay.
Even though we all job we are taking, even are working in my country, with the Chinese company, the CPRS, it will honor job we are reaching. You know, it will honor the regime of job working. It started from there straight to the border. I was working there when the party get into power, you know, the next day, it close all the company down. Some more now we see now I'm working. Hey, my brother, go to answer. It's in our left will be. Hello?
We are listening to you. Go ahead.
Yeah. My brother, it's in our left will be. Today in our community, do that. When I'm working, doing that, you know, the same mistake Joe we have made, I see mistake the public make it. Joe make a mistake, people are working in government, they put it all in the community, we put up a Joe. Then they do again, we put up a Joseph Breaker. Joseph Breaker to people working in government, the party all in the community, they put me around, yeah, we fool you. And you vote for all, we'll brought it from a job, we don't put your money. Hey, my brother, that put you aside. It are you, your FIFA.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to this person. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, welcome to the show. Let's hear your contribution.
Yeah, my name is Jerry. Want to call you from Bonus Farm.
Go ahead, Jerry. Let's hear you. Have 1 minute.
Okay. Brother, you know, in our life, when child being good, you pray the child. When child being bad, you tell the child that you 18 and doing not correct. You know, brother, people are praising it, baby. Talking about Babylon, but everybody that going that chair is thinking that will go on. But Joseph Baga doing well. At least we have 2 million years of that travel freely, we go, come back. Me, I tell you, travel. I can move when I go grandchildren to the leave of what did I come back. I move when I go Maryland, come back. So at least when we see things going on, we will praise somebody. Somebody will not die, they will say, oh, they thought they were good. Some of the people is doing well in the country.
Thank you right there. Thanks for your contribution. Let's see whether we can squeeze in this person. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah,
how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Essex Operator. Thank you for the discussion this morning. You know, the leadership are able to be for going like this because that they never appreciate personal we are progress in this country. They never second man done it, make the citizens that you know to anything. And for the first that they can't empower that they even want, they send the men from wherever you're doing this country. Every year we know what person we are here, but they deny everything. That's more ungrateful. So when you tell us, say, well, appreciate the government here, will be so very ungrateful. Yeah? Don't be ungrateful to, will be ungrateful to them. Because they not appreciate it to the president, you know, way. And they say pushing it, the president is here, he say pushing it. They deny the men for passing the idea seminar that he built. And we, of course, we know that the president is dedicated to free time with fire. If we tell military, they want the initiative, which of course we know. Everything they maintain in the country, they are not being appreciated by the president. So we're not taking for them, they're not doing nothing. President, we enjoy it, they just say they eat, but Nima can't take.
Okay.
Even that in a banger, when we were stable to the first, we enjoy Korea. So when you catch up on 1 week in our area, the COVID here. So we're not taking it, they're not doing nothing. I don't see that, you have to see, she probably stable, then we'll say that they're doing well.
Thank you.
Our money here so much.
Thank you.
They're not doing nothing but the road project. They will not even go nowhere yet.
Okay.
I want to do free. So we're not appreciated for anything. They're not doing nothing yet. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's talk to this person. Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. Welcome to the show. Let's hear your name and where you calling from.
I'm James Cody. I'm calling from Kanavi.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Man, I was baffled to the papi, man. Joseph Boca. He's really doing well for this country. Look at the city, the city to get clean. That was teaching now on Joseph Boca government. But other people were there, they were golfing. They were taking the country to be their own. But now, we're seeing a lot of development going all around the country.
So what are some of the developments you care to speak to them? Because you got you got to listen now. Don't tell me, say, my man, when you call on a national talk show, you need to give or provide information. So you say there are a lot of things happening in the country that, you know, we should praise the puppet for. So some of us, we ain't see it yet. You need to tell us.
Okay.
So tell us now.
All right. Look at the connection road all around the country.
Okay.
I hear from Mangini. But go Mangini to the Kakata City specifically.
Okay.
Go see the Boston road and the Palmer road that they will face for all. They feel us on it. But go now in Mangini. The pavement of street is going on. President, as I'm speaking to you.
Okay.
Various street are being on a renovation. President, the people that they smell kuta.
Thank you. This person, let's take our last caller. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Nicholas.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm okay.
Go ahead.
My name is Yopiko, calling from Brochure.
Go ahead.
You know, my brother, Liberians, we have to learn, we go to forget. I will not be wicked as some people who can see things and they didn't see it. If we say, we tell President Boca, thank you. It's good to tell him thank you when you're doing something. Can they please tell us when they need me rules or infrastructure when, how, one time that President Boca went to fill pen and paper to do infrastructure and they can be named people? Because I can remember a few years ago, he said the road wasn't even our brother than the name that he said our sidewalk, right? So when that sidewalk became road, the road wasn't named. Can they tell us in the court now? Can you pick in a few moments of time for them to go and tell you what time that the Joseph Boca minister went to book people all the infrastructure that they need here today? I hear someone to be lying that what President Boca taking for what? For continuing our project when he said I was nothing. So can nothing be something on your own the time now? Is that how Liberia want to pay the world this go now?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Because of time, we have to leave it there. So, Gus, we can get your parting comments. I'm sorry, Aliyu. Aliyu, you can take 30 seconds. Let's go. All right. If not, I think we have to go. It's like Aliyu is muted. So, folks, I want to say thank you ever so much for being a part of this edition of the Pre-News. We will be here, God's willing, tomorrow. Same time, same station. Until then, do have a pleasant Tuesday.
Mr. Nimle,